Hey Slam, today is Thursday, April 13th, and today was the first day that was beautiful, warm, and sunny and spring-like. Had the windows open all day, and I just had to go for a run tonight. It was a little bit different than runs lately, where I didn't have to dress like I was, middle of winter. And I ran in something kind of skimpy tonight, but I'm still drenched. So tonight I ran without my glasses because, drenched. These are actually different glasses. They're not new. These are old glasses because the last glasses that you saw me in, although they look almost exactly the same, they bit the dust. They have like springs in the other ones, and the part inside the springy bit kind of broke. It's all metal. It's it's got a lifespan on it. Well, fortunately, I still had these, and the prescription is still the same. But I don't like running in them because they just slip off my face. It doesn't matter which ones they are; they just right off my nose, and I can't say anything. And I do enjoy running without my glasses on. Well, specifically, I like running at night without my glasses on. So I have astigmatism. My eyesight is not really good at all. I can see myself in the reflection of, in the screen here. My preferred location for holding the phone is this close when I'm looking at it. That's where it's sharpest. But the interesting thing that it does for me, I don't know what it looks like for other people that have not perfect eyesight, is that the way that things blur, everything blurs, we all get that. And for even a fully perfectly sighted person, you can replicate blur. That's not hard. And obviously things in the distance for everyone are blurry, but it's the way that things blur for me. So at night, when everything is low light, there's some light on some things, but for the most part everything's dark except for lights themselves. Oops, sorry, I just kicked the phone. All right, so you've got street lights, you've got front porch lights, you've got floodlights, you've got car headlights, you've got, in the distance there might be a traffic control light, red, red, green, yellow. And for me, it doesn't matter how big the light is, how bright the light is, or how near or far the light is. Every light is like 2 degrees in my vision. So if I hold my finger up, the width of my finger, in front of everything is the width of every light, no matter how far away it is or how close I get to it. It could be the street light up on the pole, it could be the light from the street light glinting off the car right next to me. And it doesn't blur into infinity. It's whatever, 2 or 3 degrees, whatever that is. And then it stops. And inside of that, it's like this supernova inside of it. And it's really beautiful. And in it, I can see there are horizontal waves in it. I don't know how to describe it. And there are also blobs. And those are probably related to either what's on my eye. So as I blink, it might smush up some of the moisture in my eye in horizontal layers, ridges, I don't know. But there's also dots, so there's also impurities in my tears. They could be air bubbles, they could be just moisture, I don't know, I can't see that. And I also can't replicate it either. I can describe it, but nobody else can see it. I can turn my head and some parts of it change and some parts don't. And I just find it very, very beautiful. It's very hypnotizing as well. I can just lock, everything else blurs away, and I can look and I'm looking at a light on the ceiling over there. But interesting, you think that, that's what your eyesight does. Well, everything must blur to that degree. You must be borderline blind. But that's not what I see when I look at things. So if I look at a light at night, it's a light source that's, for the most part, in front of blackness. So you take that super bright, sharp contrast, and you smear it across this that much black background, that that much. There we go. Never mind. And as the only light source in that area, it just blurs out everything else. But if I look at a thing that has it's not a point of light, it's a full, like the corner of a house, I'll see both planes of the house coming together, and I'll see where the corner is without really that kind of blurring. I can see large things like that. So if like thin things like, well, power lines are dark colored against the night sky, those all disappear. But if I was driving, I would be able to see the lines on the road. I would be able to see the lines on road signs and things like that. But when they get really small and thin, like as I'm running, there's a sign with a street name on it and it's very thin letters, then those might bleed into one another. I know what they say because I'm up and down those streets all the time. But I can't like read it. I know what it says, but I can't see what it says. You get the idea. And interesting too, there was a house, I was watching a light post at the end of a driveway, and as I was passing it, it looked flat like a sprite. So it looks like a three-dimensional supernova, but it's just that point of light spread across in that stretch. But then as I tripped the motion sensor from across the street, I really hate that. Like when people have the motion sensor so sensitive that I can't even walk past their house on the other side of the street, that their driveway in the backyard. Anyway, that triggered the motion sensor, and the garage lit up, and the light post against the driveway shrunk as the background behind it became illuminated. So I thought that was very interesting. It was also very like mesmerizing, like I'm running like an idiot with my eyes wide open, just staring at things. But it is very beautiful. So thank you for watching.